Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is BassyBoy and today I'm going to show you how to install this long anticipated 3D Stadium megapack. So if you don't know or have been out of the loop, this has been a huge undertaking that I have taken on, and it will include 120 stadiums in the base release version right now. All of the top 5 European leagues are going to be in, as well as the top 3 of Portugal, the top 3 of the Netherlands, the top 4 of Turkey, and a few Argentinian and Brazilian stadiums to kick off with. There's also the Legia Warsaw stadium. So there are a lot of scattered stadiums, but today I'm going to show you how to install this one. Now, this has been a huge undertaking. It has been largely a solo effort by me. So 400 hours have gone into this, at least. So if you do like the video, leave a like. If you dislike it, leave a dislike. If you want to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest Football Manager 2026 modding news, just hit that subscribe button. I'm gunning for 5k by the end of the year, and let's make it work, shall we? With that said, the first link you're going to want to click in the description down below, and there are two options, is the tool from Justin. So if you don't know, Justin, who is the creator of the FMM loader, I teamed up with him, and we have collaborated to make a tool that will make the stadium installation really simple. So if you click on the link, the first thing you will notice is panic, but don't. What you want to do is go here, where my mouse is, to the public release. If you click on that one, you will see a page that is a lot more clear to most people. And you will want to do this one, or this one, depending on which one you like better. So we are now on Justin's application. It's all installed, and you can see that I don't have the plugins, which is actually intentional because I'm going to show you how to install them, of course. So I want to show a different thing, and that is the Xbox version. So one of the things that was really requested is how you can include these sort of things. One of the things that was heavily requested was to include this for Xbox Game Pass. So you want to go to this folder structure. I will just copy it. And as soon as I paste it in here, you can see I have it installed. So I don't want to do that. I want to go back to Steam, because that's where I'm going to install it today. But just know I will also put the paths to the Xbox folders in the description down below. Now, there are two ways to go about this. The first one is to just click the install button and download from the server. So if you do this, it will download it right into your directory. It will do everything for you. So it is all hassle-free. Now, the second one is we use a local zip file. And if you want to do that one, you'll need to do the second link in the description down below, which will lead you to a Dropbox folder. Now, that Dropbox folder will be this one. So it will be the FM26 3D Stadium Megapack v1.1.0. And what this one will do is just download it to your local files, just as a zip file, and it will just download it. This is also the second option if you want to do your manual installation. So this one is a password-free, because that is a change from the beta to now. It is a password-free file that will you can use it through Justin's app or through the manual installation. So if you have done this way, you want to click Use Local Zip File. You want to browse, you want to select your zip file, and it will install it for you. I'm not going to do that because I hope this is very clear. It is a very clear to use application. I'm going to cancel that for now. And I know there are some purists out there. For you guys, don't worry. Because you can see I'm building the zip file here for Dropbox because it's password free. Once you have extracted the zip file, you will have these 4 folders. 4 files and 2 folders. So 6 files in total. Now you can see here that if I go back to my program files, go back to Steam apps, just the same path you used in Justin's app just now, just common, and you will go here to the base FM26 installation directory. What you want to do is really quite simple. You want to just drag them and drop them, or copy and paste them. So now you will see it's a 12 gigabyte pack, which I think is really sick that it's so small. That's what she said. But while it copies a bit, I want to go into detail about the craziness that has been the past month, because Tell you what, boys, it's been unreal. It has been completely mental in a good way. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter or X, but I put a post out there yesterday that this last month has been extremely hectic. It's been extremely cool. It's been extremely fun. Sometimes not so fun. But in the end, we all pulled through. And I want to thank everyone for just believing in me, because I just kind of burst onto the scene. I'm a super scrambled person in real life, actually. So if this seems very structured, that is not how I am in real life at all. But just the community has been so amazing, and this is a free pack. 400 hours have been put into this, at least. I started programming from scratch a month and a half ago. And this pack is free because I believe mods should be free. I will have a donation link in the description down below, as well as on my own website. And that is because I need to keep the lights on as well at some point, right? And there have been a lot of donations from everyone, and Patreon has been kicking off, and I want to thank everyone who has so far. But if you want, it's Christmas today, so if you do want to give that extra bit, there will be a donation link in the description down below. Don't do it if you cannot do it. Only do it if you can and want to. And just the support has been through the roof. I will also now take the time, well, just while this copies, right? Because it's free space, it's free real estate, baby. But one of the things that I will want to go over now is the bugs. So there are a few bugs still to keep in mind. I have done my best to do the positions of the ball and the players and the fields and everything as best as I can, but sometimes it does bug out a little bit. And what that means is sometimes the physios will just run onto the field, or the referees will be invisible for some reason. And it's a ghost bug, so I cannot get it to reproduce itself consistently enough to fix it. So that is something I'm going to be working on. Another thing I'm going to be working on is the shitty lighting, because let's face it, the lighting is kind of shit. So is the skybox. So those are two things I still have on my list. I also want to do improvements to the crowds, because they are very jarring at the moment. It's a V1 release, so keep that in mind. It's not perfect. But there have been no catastrophic or game-breaking bugs at all. Just keep in mind that the tactical camera in some stadiums, because the stadiums are quite low in some cases, the tactical camera view will not always work 100%. So that is something you want to keep in mind. It's mostly just visual kind of things, if that makes sense. Again, I would have liked to fix more in time for release, but time and deadlines and everything just a bit too crunchy. Yeah. So those are the bugs. Now, one of the things I did want to go over is if you go to your config file, you will see that you can have stadium injection and crowd inject. Those are the two main ones, right? So if you open the stadium injection, you will see here, well, let's go back to the top, that there are a few settings you can change. First off is the ad boards, which I've enabled for the release. If you want them disabled, set this to true. Now you can also do replace all stadiums, which will literally prevent the mod from using the original stadiums. So if you have a stadium you want to use in case there are no custom stadiums, then you can set this one to true as well. And then your default bundle, the name here, which you can find in your plugins, your custom stadiums. So you can set one that you want. Now, there's also use random selection, which for some of you guys might be really fun. So you just use a random stadium every single time. Hey, go for it. Don't change this one to false, because then it will just break. Pitch dimension, you can set this all up yourself. Don't touch these though. Now, the second one that we are going to look at is the crowd inject, which has a few more options. So let's also go to the top. You want to leave this blank because the JSONs are responsible for the crowd placements. And they are in the same folder as your stadium bundles. So we want to keep this one blank because it automatically defaults to that folder. Now, you can set a trigger to the crowd animation. This one is not functioning at the moment because I had to rewrite a lot of the code. So ignore this one. If you set this one to false, you will have no crowds, which is a choice. Density, in case you're on a lower end system, change this setting just a little bit, and then you will maybe get some more performance. Always full capacity. I have set it to false, so it uses the attendance rates from Football Manager game itself. So if you have a 50k stadium, but only 20k people show up, you'll have 20k spectators in the stands. Yeah, this one is if there are issues, just turn it to true. Now the skip rate is only renders the end seat. So I like to keep this at 1 because I just have a good system and I can run everything. But in the default values, I put it to 4. This is the culling, so this will make the audiences kind of disappear, not render what is not in sight. So you can have the field of view margin, and then the culling behind. So the lower you go, or the lower is less aggressive, and the higher you go, the more aggressive it is. So this is very useful if you're on a lower end system. You want to increase this one. If you are on a better system, you might want to decrease this one. These are all experimental, use at your own risk. Right, it has now finished copying over. Yes, it has. So that means that it is time to run. Oh, and by the way, just in this app, it does it as well. So if you go to stadiums, you will see that I have got all the stadiums in here. It will show you the mappings, it will show you the names, everything that is to do with it. Yeah. This is a experimental feature, it will come soon. So you can map your own audio. And this one is also the configs where you can just change a few things. Okay. So now you can see it's all installed. And let's boot up the game, shall we? So you can close this one down and boot up Football Manager 2026. Now, the first time you're going to use this, it might take a long time to load. And that is because of the fact that it needs to register all of the DLL files. Don't worry, it's also going to reboot twice. Always. So don't think it's broken. As you can see right now, it's currently in its boot loop. And I in the beta, a lot of people ask me, what is this? Because it looks like it's from a hacking scene. And this is just the console. So it is the logging for your stadiums. Now you will see, because I already had it installed at some point, it loads quite quickly. And let's just go into a match and see if we can replicate it. So here, let's go into Wolves. To Stamford Bridge. So you can go to key highlights. And this will work on all existing saves from 24 and 23 as well, but not in the Football Manager. But not in the Football Manager 22 and 23 or 23 and 24 games itself, because this is all Unity based, so it will not work on previous versions, sadly. So keep that in mind. Now you can see this is the free cam mod, by the way. So you can see here it just works now. Corner flags are positioned correctly, goals are positioned correctly. It always seems to rain for some reason. So as you can see, there are also some empty seats. Like here, for example, between these guys up there. There are just some empty seats because the game wasn't fully sold out. So that is really cool. Oh my god, not sure there, man. But you can also go to, say you want to go over in the Champions League, right? Let's do Benfica. The Estadio da Luz. So we can here just go to goals. It will load it normally. Right, it might take a little bit longer to load than you are used to. And you can see it, the back end. So once everything is loaded, there we go. You will see it right now. I have Unity open. I have a lot of programs open, but it's running butter smooth. Even with, I don't know how many people this is, but a lot of people, even with all that. So it is really, really cool. Yeah. So that is, excuse me, that is how you install that's how you install this mod. Now, if you have feedback, then I would love to see it on Twitter, but respectfully. I'm a one-man team. In this sense, I have some people on the background who do support me, but yeah. In the link in the description, I will also put a Google Sheet, and the Google Sheet will contain all of the data, all of the information around stadiums that I still will be doing, as well as some other things. I'm gonna call it here because I still have to edit the video, and I'm live in 1 hour and 15 minutes, so it's all a bit deadliney. But yeah, guys, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone who has made this possible. I would really appreciate it if you did like, subscribe. Yeah. Hey, and Merry effing Christmas. My name has been BassyBoy. Hopefully this has been useful to you, and I will see you guys in a later video. Bye bye.